Hi Flosstube! Welcome to this video. My name is Anna and I'm here to talk about cross stitch. Today is Sunday, October 4th, and not much has changed in my day-to-day life since my last update. I've been really busy with work. We typically have a really busy period and then we have a bit of a break. But because of COVID and other decisions, that busy period has just been extended. It hasn't even been like postponed. It's just gone on and on. So I'm hoping to have a break here in October. Apologize. You can see my cat Sybil is back in her cat tree. So she might make a little bit of noise, and I'm sorry about that if it's distracting for you. But anyway, hopefully I'll have a bit more time to myself in October and more time to stitch. Apart from my day-to-day life, talking about things that have happened, like national news and world news, a whole lot has happened. And I'm not going to comment on that, except to say that since I last uploaded a video, this country lost an iconic figure from the U.S. Supreme Court. Justice Ginsburg dedicated her career and her life to gender equality and public service. And whatever your political beliefs are, does not change the fact that she carried out that service with the utmost integrity. And she did it to break barriers for other women to follow her. So I just want to acknowledge that her death was a genuine moment of grief for this country, wherever you are politically. And I want to thank her for breaking some of those barriers for the rest of us in the legal community to be able to have opportunities that we simply would not have had without her. So, yeah, very sad about that. Okay, so let's talk about cross stitch. As I said, I didn't have a ton of time to work on cross stitch in September because of my job, and just at the end of a long day, I just didn't really want to think too much about what I was working on, and I was also not able to take those 30 minutes in the morning that I used to be able to do, just because I was trying to get household things done before I started my workday. So not a whole lot to show you, but I would like to share what I have. So I will start with my Prairie Year progress. This is a Prairie Schooler, Prairie Year 1 and 2, and I started 1 or 2 months every day in May for Mania. So when I last talked to you, I was still working on August, and I did finish that. So here it is. I think it's pretty cute. This watermelon. I brightened up the flowers. It called for more of a gold color, and I ended up just using a yellow that was in other patterns, in other months. So let's see if I can do a before and after. So yeah, I think it's really cute. This is probably my favorite one so far, and it makes me eager to find frames so that I can start sharing them. So I worked on that, and then I did not have a lot of time in September to work on September, so not much progress at all, but it's a start. Got some cute apples. Yeah, so it's October now. I probably won't work on this again until, I don't know. I'm not sure how I'm going to wrap up the ones that I haven't finished, but this is how far I got in September. These are on 14 count Aida. I had just random colors of 14 count Aida from like thrift stores and estate sales that I picked up, so I just cut them out, and that's how I'm using them. So there are those. What else? I also worked on my full coverage by Heaven and Earth Designs. It's Mini Birdsong. The artwork is by Tatiana Fedorova. Hopefully I showed you a picture of where it was before. Didn't have a ton of progress, or didn't feel like it. And here it is now. So you can see it's coming along, a long way to go. Let's see. I worked on this spot underneath the berry here. And really there's more progress than I think, because this diagonal column is extra wide. It's 15 wide instead of 10. So it's pretty far. I think it's time to put this away though. I'll show you my plans for October. I'm going to switch to my other full coverage project. So this is on 18 count Ada. It's one of the first projects I started. So now that I've watched more Flosstube and seen more of what's out there, I think that if I do another full coverage someday, I might go with a smaller count fabric, like a 25 count, and see how I like that. Part of the reason I chose a mini is because of the finished size. Like getting it framed is going to be more expensive the larger count you have. Oh, cat. Okay, sorry about that. We had a cat interruption. She decided to walk directly in front of the camera here, so hopefully I've edited that out. Anyway, I was talking about this. I'm really enjoying it. The mini is a good size for me versus the full size. So this has less detail, but I think it's great. So yeah, here I am. Like I said, this is going to get put away because it's not really in season anymore. All right. I also worked on Winter Cardinals, which is my dimensions kit. Here's the cover sheet for it. I think this is still available. I've seen it on the Stash Unload, but I also have seen it on Amazon, I think. So yeah, I like this. This is kind of my travel project. When I go hiking and camping, I want to take something with me. And so I usually end up taking this because it's on 16 count Dove Gray Ada from the kit. And so it's a lot easier to see than like an 18 count or any linen. So I end up working on this out in the woods a lot. So, let's see, I'll show you where it was last time. And here it is now. So you can see I'm still just working on the greenery on this half. The side that I'm working on, this side here, I believe is a lot denser than the side under the male cardinal. So as soon as I get this done, I'll feel like I'll be more than halfway done. My goodness, this thing is so springy. So yeah, that's where I worked on. Basically, I just took 3 different greens with me and I had the symbol on my bobbin. So then I was able just to pull the symbol and work in just a little area on those colors. So I'm gonna keep going with that. I might do color completion. You know, I might choose a green and do it across the entire project until it's done. But we'll see. The only real changes I've made on this is I've added 1 strand of blending filament to the whitest snow, which probably cannot see, but you can see it in person. It's just a very subtle glitter to this. So I'm still enjoying this. It's not seasonal for fall, but I'll probably work on it if we do go on another trip. It's a little chilly to camp, but if we stay like in a place so that we're closer to the trailhead, then I'll probably take this one with me. So yeah, it's very enjoyable. I like it a lot. It's one of my oldest projects also. Okay, the only other thing that I worked on in September was my Mill Hill Buttons and Beads kit. It's the Country Church. It's this. It's my first time beading. My first kit like this. I got this at like a garage sale or like a church rummage sale for like 50 cents. So I was like, I'll try it. And I love it. The beads are amazing. They're so tiny and they're so delicate and so precious, but I think they just look great on here, and it makes me want to do more of these kits, even though I don't know what I'm going to do with them afterwards. But here's my progress on this. And you can kind of maybe see there's beads on this cross, and then the outline of this tower have beads on them. And I love the blues. They're just so dark. And I'm excited to put beads along here. And yeah, it's coming along. This is also not seasonal for fall, but because it's so different with the beading, I think that I'll keep working on it if I feel like beading. It's really enjoyable. The only complaint I have is that none of the beading needles that I've come across have a large enough eye to use the two strands that this calls for. So I have to really struggle to even get one strand in there and then double it up. So I don't have very much thread for the lengths that I have with the kit. So I don't know if there's better needles out there and I just need to order them for beading. But this is going to be a problem for my Teresa Winsler Millennium has some beads. And I think that I need to resolve the beading needle issue before I start on beading that one. But I really enjoyed this one. And I thought that it was an ornament, but really it's framed in the preview, and I think that that's more appropriate to frame it. So I'll have to start looking for a frame. I don't think this will take me long to finish if I sit down and really, really work on it. So, just beads again. It's lots of fun. It makes me want to try some of their other ones. Not necessarily with a goal to display it in my house, but just to enjoy working on it. Okay, so for October, I'll tell you some of my plans. I haven't actually stitched in October yet, so it's October 4th. I do have to work today, even though it's Sunday, and we need to do a lot of fall stuff in our yard, so I'm not sure when I'll actually get to work on these projects, but I'll show you what I'm planning to work on for October. So first is the Prairie Year October. This is how far I got in Mania. It's very small start, but it's going to be a pumpkin, and it's going to have a lot of the similar vines that the watermelon had. So this will be nice. And then it's on like a beige Ada, whereas the watermelon's on gray and this one's on white, like an oatmeal Ada. So I think that's more appropriate for fall. So I'm going to start that. And then I'm going to switch to my other full coverage project, which is Fright Night, the cropped version from Artisy. Here is this very beat up cover photo of it. This is officially my oldest project since I finished Sunflowers. I acquired a piece of 18 count Ada, and then I went online and looked for a full coverage project that would fit on that piece of Ada to see if I would like it. And this one fit, and I'm really happy with it, even though it was kind of a random choice. It's been a lot of fun to work on, and because it's been around for so long, I have a lot of memories of working on it. Specifically, when we evacuated from a hurricane when we were living in North Carolina, I worked on this like frantically the whole time we were displaced, and so I remember that from it. But I have other memories too. So I'll show you where it's at now. You can see in this diagonal, I got down to the fence that's down here. This is well into the last row of pages. I'm not sure where the page break is, but I'm doing these diagonals across multiple pages, the full length. And so this diagonal will only be 10 wide, and this project has far fewer colors. So this diagonal should go quite a bit faster than the one that I'm working on Mini Birdsong. This one is also on 18 count Ada, and I think it's fine for the size of this project to be on 18 count, but again, if I choose a full coverage in the future, I'll probably go with a smaller count of Ada. So I like it, nice and spooky for Halloween. I'm really looking forward to working on this one. Yeah. Okay, also in Halloween, I'm going to be working on my Halloween banner sampler. This is from this Just Cross Stitch magazine. I'm also working on this cornucopia on the front, on the cover, but I'll probably save that for November to work on it as like a focus project. But we'll see. If I get in the mood, I might pull it out and work on that. So this is the Halloween banner sampler. I'm cropping out this cat and bat and moving the border over, so it's going to be mostly like that. Yeah, that's what that looks like. And I'll show you quick where my progress was last time. This is on 32 count linen from Picture This Plus. I can't remember the color, but I might have my list right here in my desk. I'll see if I can pull it out. So it's in 32 count linen from Picture This Plus, and it's called Jewel. I knew that. Okay, get it together. All right, so that's my progress so far. And then the only thing I'm changing on this is that the black, I'm using a pearl cotton that I picked up at an estate sale before I knew anything about anything, and I had no idea how I was going to use that thick thread, but I think it's great for this project. The other thing I mentioned last time I had this out, is that I altered the spider, because in the preview, the spider he's got like antennas out of his head, and he's got 6 legs. And so I just moved the legs around so he'd be a little bit more of a traditional spider. So I'm looking forward to this one too. It's nice and spooky and seasonal and in the Halloween spirit. So I'm looking forward to working on that one. Wow, this is going to be a short video because I've got nothing left. I do want to do a giveaway, so I will show you the fabric I want to give away this week. This is 28 count Monaco. I've been doing a lot of Aida lately, and I have this piece of 28 count Monaco. There's not a color. It's Dying for Cross Stitch by Kathy Davidson. This is one that I picked up at a thrift store. It was nicely wrapped up with some other fabric, and it smells fine, and yeah, I think it's a good piece of fabric. I just don't see myself using it. I do see how other people could use it. So this is 16.5 by 28 inches, and this is the fabric. So you can see it's a little wild, especially for me. I really like neutrals and solid colors. The multicolor dyes are a little intimidating for me right now because they are so busy. But I've seen some really awesome projects on them, and you can do smalls on it. I think this one can go floral, it can go water, it can go plague-y. Like there's a lot, like sort of eerie or spooky. There's a lot of things you could do with this. So I'd love to give this away to somebody who has made it through the video this far. If you would like to enter to win the fabric, please tell me, let's do weather again. Tell me what the weather has been like where you live. That was a lot of fun last time. It might be less fun this time because of the extreme weather we're all experiencing, but I am still very interested in that. Since my last video, we had a severe temperature change and a winter storm. It went from 90 degrees down to below 30 within a matter of 24 hours. It was really crazy. I have all of my vegetables growing in containers outside, so once again I moved them all into the garage to try to save them, and I've gotten a little more produce off of them, but it's about time to call it quits on those and just prepare the yard for fall, including my little garden. So if you would like to win this piece of 28 count fabric, please say something about what the weather is like where you're at, and also maybe mention whether it's usual or unusual for this time of year for you. Just really interested in seeing how that's all unfolding across the world right now. So anyway, thank you guys for watching this video and for your kind comments. I'm trying to stay on top of the comments a little bit better. When someone comments on my newest video, I get an email, and so I read your comment immediately, and I see it, and I remember to go back in and reply on that video. I did not realize that I was not getting notifications if you leave a comment on one of my earlier videos. So if you left a comment on an older video and I haven't replied, I'm sorry about that. I just didn't know that you left a comment, and I've tried to go back and reply to some of them, but from here on, I'm just going to try to pay more attention to that. So anyway, thank you guys for joining me. I should be back, in a month or two. We'll see what's going on with the world. And hopefully I'll have more to share with you. So thank you for joining me, and happy stitching. Bye.